Hey guys, it's Queer Gremlin, and I'm officially 1 month on testosterone. So I thought we'd get started going through all the changes, kind of going just from head to toe, the best that I can. And I figure the best place to start is the hair on top of my head. I have yet to notice any hair loss or any hairline things going on yet, but I am only a month in, and so there's plenty of wiggle room and time for all of that to happen. But I will say that the hair on top of my head is actually growing a lot faster. Previously my hair did grow really fast to begin with. I'd have to get a haircut every 2 or 3 weeks, but now I have to get a haircut every week and a half, 2 weeks, which is a lot of haircuts. Moving down to the hair on my face, my eyebrows to start with, I naturally have very thick eyebrows, or at least I did before I started waxing them when I was younger, and I've noticed that some of those hairs are slowly starting to come back, and then some new ones. Like this growth under here is all just naturally what I had before, but it's a lot thinner because of the years of waxing. But up here on top, I'm starting to get a lot of new hair. And my eyebrows, let me tell you, they're gonna be real intense. My dad has really gnarly eyebrows that look like caterpillars, and I happen to have the same shape as him, so testosterone is going to really fuck up my eyebrow game. Moving down to the hair on my face, around my lip and my jaw, I have noticed that the little peach fuzz I had before, just like a teeny tiny bit of peach fuzz, has actually started to grow and darken. You can't really tell probably looking at me now. I'll try to see if I can get like a decent shot of what it looks like up close, but I've started having hair get a little darker and a little longer here, and then moving up towards the center of my lip, I'm having new hair growth actually. I have little vellus hairs that are starting to darken up and sprout right in here, filling in, so I'm hoping that there is a chance that I'll be able to grow an actual mustache one day. But funny thing is, you know, I never used to understand why teenage boys would grow out their gross, like 15-year-old boy mustaches when it just like did not look good at all. But I can actually totally understand now, because the little teeny tiny baby hairs that I have that look so scraggly and nasty up close, I'm like, I never want to shave this off, because it's almost like a rite of passage, and so it makes sense now. Moving down into my jaw right here, I actually had a few little hairs that used to grow underneath already, and those have just kind of like continued to grow and darken up a little bit. But what's new is that I have a little patch of these little baby vellus hairs growing in on my chin, just on the sides. They're super light. You can't even see them probably if I got up close to the camera, but it's like if the light hits it just right, you can tell that something's starting to grow there, and it's really exciting to me to see a change like that so soon. Let's go ahead and talk about the thing that everybody loves to hear about, my voice. So I'm just going to roll the clip real quick. This is my voice pre-T. This is my voice 2 weeks on T. This is my voice 1 month on T. And so I right now don't know necessarily if my voice has dropped any, if at all. I'll have to watch the clip back, but some days when I hear my voice I feel like it sounds a little different. I've had people tell me my voice sounds a little different. I don't know if that's my voice just dropping a bit or if that's me relaxing into my voice more. But I can tell you that I have had trouble singing lately actually. My range is not the same. I'm having trouble hitting higher notes without cracking just a little bit, and I can relax more into the deeper notes. But all around it's kind of shaky just hitting notes in general. I can't really hold anything. My voice is kind of just all over the place. And so that's what leads me to believe that maybe something's going on a little bit with my vocal cords. It's just really too soon to tell. I wake up a lot in the morning with sore throats, and my voice does seem to be a little deeper in the morning than it used to, according to my partner. And so that's always fun. Yeah, so we'll see where that goes in the next couple of months, because I really shouldn't be noticing anything too major until about 6 months in. This is something that's kind of difficult for me to talk about, but I want to move down into my chest. This month I experienced something that I have never experienced before in my entire life, even before testosterone, but I experienced these kind of random shooting pains through my chest. Not like a heart attack or anything, but you know. I heard from a lot of my friends that it's actually very common when you are menstruating to have like pain there. I knew that already, but I just had never experienced that before in my life. So I thought it was really interesting and important to document. And then I kind of just want to take a minute to talk about the hair on my arms. The hair on my arms has always been very sparse and very, very blonde. It honestly looks like I have no hair at all, but I think it may be starting to darken a little bit or get a little longer. I have noticed that I am starting to grow hair up onto my hands a little bit, looking like an ape or something, but I can't complain. As well as my legs, actually. I've started to grow hair on my thighs, which I've never had before. It's very, very sparse, very, very light, but it's coming in, and that's really exciting because I've never had hair on my thighs before, or even on my knees. It's coming in really thick on my knees. It's really bizarre. I'm kind of going to move into a topic that's very personal, and so I'm just going to warn you now, I'm going to be talking about my reproductive health and everything going on down there. So if you know me in real life, please just be respectful and understand that I may not want to talk about this with you outside of a setting like this. Or if you just don't want to hear about it, go ahead and skip ahead. I'll try and leave a timestamp in the description. But otherwise, here we go. So this month, you know, when I started testosterone, I had it in my head like, oh, like after I start testosterone, I'm just not gonna bleed anymore. And I know that's not realistic, because for me personally and people my age, just the way that I'm transitioning and the way that my hormone levels are, I most likely won't notice a change like that until maybe 5 or 6 months in. But for some reason in my head, I guess it was just wishful thinking. But I did bleed this month, and it was regular, right on time, no more, no less, and so that was fun like always. But, you know, with each passing month, things should get better with that, hopefully. Moving into something that is very personal, again, I have begun to experience, or I've started to experience some bottom growth. And if you do not know what that is, I personally don't feel like explaining it right here, right now. Go ahead, just look it up, FTM bottom growth, or like anything like that, you'll find out real quick. But that's definitely a really interesting and surprisingly welcome change. It is helping with my bottom dysphoria that I do experience. I mean, it's not... Listen. It's not a big old dick, but it's better than nothing, I guess. I don't know. We're chugging along with that, but yeah. The last thing I kind of want to recap on are the mental changes that I've experienced throughout this first month on testosterone. Where I am right now versus where I was a month ago, I can say that I am a completely different person almost. Thinking just about my self-confidence and my self-worth. Testosterone has enabled me to have confidence in myself and to recognize that I have self-worth and that I deserve things that make me happy in life. And I deserve to live my life authentically the way that I want. and I don't have to live my life for other people. So lately I've been kind of just going around in my life, picking up all those little pieces in my life that make me unhappy and doing something about them for the first time. And it's honestly so refreshing to realize that I can do literally whatever I want in my life. I don't have to pretend to be somebody that I'm not, and I don't have to live a life that's not mine. And it's honestly put me in such a good place. Now, I can't lie to you and say that all of the mental changes on testosterone have been positive like that. So I need to take a minute to step back and tell you guys the reality of the situation. And that is that testosterone has made me a bit more aggressive. Not aggressive in a physical sense. I am obviously not violent, but I am very quick to anger, and my temper has been pretty bad lately. Not uncontrollable, but I definitely noticed that I'm angry more often. And it's really interesting to have to be able to control anger again, because anger isn't something that I really feel too often. Yeah, I haven't really felt angry super often since like high school, and so that's interesting to have to learn again how to deal with it. But honestly, I think that is everything that I've noticed in this first month, and so I'm hoping that next month brings even more changes and you guys will stick around to see them. See you guys next time.